Would have been funny if that had gone bang. What's up guys, run 9mm in my living room, spending somebody else's money so you don't have to. Today, we are looking at the Trijicon SRO. We are putting that on a Sig 320 X-Five Legion. And the way we're gonna do that is with this mount plate from Springer Precision. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why the hell do I need this? I know that you said in a previous episode that the Sig 320 X-Five Legion is already tapped with the appropriate holes for the Trijicon RMR format. Yes it is, but I'm gonna show you why. First things first, we're gonna make sure that this gun is safe. Nothing here, nothing there, safe direction. Would have been funny if that had gone bang. Gun is clear. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this down, lock the slide back, rotate the takedown lever, slide comes off. We do not need the very handy tungsten infused grip now. So now that we've got the slide off, the first thing to do, let's get the spring and the guide rod out. Take the barrel out, and then in order to take this sight off, the first thing we're going to have to do is remove the extractor. Here's the extractor. Behind there is a plunger and string, and that is all held in place by this end cap right here. So we're going to put some tension on the plunger. Slide the cover a little. Careful, because this is all under tension. And then when you've got that captured, pull that back plate, release the tension there, and then this plunger will come out, and that will then release the extractor. Now that we've got that out of the way, we can get to these two screws. T10 Torx head. And then this plate will just lift up, and there you go. Now for safekeeping, I'm just going to put those screws back into the appropriate holes on the plate, because if you ever want to put this thing back on, you're going to need those. And Sig will charge you $28.50 per screw. Plus $148 shipping. There we go. So now this is pretty oily. We want to make sure that that's nice and clean. So we're going to use a small amount of acetone. Love this stuff. So you're just going to need a few Q-tips, moisten in the acetone, and we're just going to clean this plate surface. Oh, look at that. Just get any oil off of there. We want to clean those screw holes. I'm cleaning all of them because I can't remember which one is the right one for this particular optic. Now, Springer Precision. We should talk for a moment about why I'm even using a Springer Precision mount plate. Well, the Trijicon. Beautiful little thing that it is. When you go to mount this on your slide, you see these holes here. Those are to go over, there's some lugs that would normally be there and they're not. So the only thing holding this in place would be two screws. The other thing is there's kind of a lot of play here. Also, this optic is perilously close to your ejection port, and the Springer Precision mount plate is going to allow us to set that back a little further, and it's going to provide other benefits as well. So although you could, you shouldn't. Cue Springer Precision. Now this is part number SP0257. It is designed specifically for the X-Five Legion using an RMR or an SRO. So here's the plate itself. It's marked 257. This is an aluminum plate that is approximately 4mm thick. Has a lot of little features. Have a look at the mount plate versus the rear sight and cover. You'll see on the rear sight from Sig, there's these two little tabs. Those are designed to go in and under right there. Just a little extra security point for securing this sight. Same thing with the spring of precision. There's a little lip that goes right under there, and that'll fit right on top. So this is aluminum and there are 2 steel inserts. This is what goes into the slide. There are screws provided. This is what the optic screws into. I'm also going to take a moment and clean the plate just to get rid of any residual manufacturing oils. Clean those threads, both sides. Want to make sure that that is absolutely clean before we apply any of the supplied blue thread locker. So they give you a nice little tube of thread locker there. And the screw pack. So those are the screws that hold the RMR to the mount plate. These are the screws that hold the mount plate to the slide. Now I did ask for extra screws when I ordered this, and they have supplied a little wrench for putting these in. We'll keep the spare screws to one side because hopefully we won't need them. I am also going to clean these screw threads. And then we're going to take a little dab of thread lock and we're going to apply them to each screw. Oh, that's so satisfying. Kind of got excited there, it all came out in a rush. Mount plate slides in, tabs go under that little ledge, first screw goes in. And let's get the next one. Now my understanding is that these should be tightened to 15 inch-pounds. That would be a perfect job for a Wheeler fat wrench. I don't have a Wheeler fat wrench, so if anyone from Wheeler would like to send me one, reach out in the comments below. Actually, while you're thinking about it, why don't you tell me in the comments below what you recommend in terms of precision equipment? So I'm just kind of guessing. That seems tight enough to me. So no need to wait for that thread lock to dry. We can just plow straight on with putting the Trijicon straight on there. So you see those little lugs, you see these little holes. Those are going to sit on there very neatly and prevent that from moving forwards and backwards. Let's put the screws on there as well. Trijicon RMR screws with another little wrench. Those are fairly deep. Let's clean those. Give that a minute to dry. Thread lock. And in we go. I'm just giving those a little tweak. I don't want to do them too tight. Right, let's put our slide back together again. Clear the decks a little bit. Extractor. Just hold that in place. When you put this plunger back in, you'll see that there is a little lip or a tooth, however you want to describe that. That needs to go with the lip over the top of the extractor. Otherwise it won't work. So that just goes down in this hole. You'll be able to see that there. If it's the other way around, it's not going to hold it in. Now, a little tricky, what you're going to do is you're going to take the end cap, you're going to pull the striker assembly down. You just want that just a tiny amount on there. And then we are going to push down, slide, it's encaptured. That's there, that's safe and sound. Barrel, recoil spring and guide rod. Make sure that that engages right there. And then we're going to put this back on the frame. Just line up the lugs. Pull that all the way back, rotate the takedown lever, rack that a couple of times, and then function check. One thing I wanted to cover post-assembly, if you rack the slide and the trigger doesn't actuate, no biggie. Either give the slide a really good rack and it'll go, because if you don't rack the whole way, the trigger's not going to reset. The other thing you can do, if it's being stubborn, rack it, put it at slide lock, drop it, and there it goes. There you have it. This beautiful Sig Sauer P320 X-Five Legion is now sporting an equally beautiful Trijicon SRO using the utterly beautiful Springer Precision mount plate. If you've enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. I will leave links to everything that I've used in the description down below. Please do leave me a comment. Mount plates, are you for them or against them? And defend your answer. I'm going to throw a link down in this corner to a video where I mount a Swamp Fox Justice to another Sig 320 X-Five Legion, and I think probably up here somewhere there is going to be a place to click to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And always remember, as a wise man once said, you can't miss fast enough to win. Take care.